Well, hello again, everyone. It is the very last video for our Christmas craft along. We are going to be working on the bonus project today. So the bonus project will be, we will be making these really adorable ornaments. Super cute. You just will absolutely love them. It's hard to kind of see them with the way the camera is, but I know if you've done paper crafts in the past, I know as a child you've probably made these ornaments. So we have a dark one, we have a little lighter one. I'm going to show you how to make these. So with your designer series paper, you should have 1 to 2 pieces of full 12 by 12 that hasn't been cut. If by chance you did cut it, you can always grab whatever designer series paper you would like to make these ornaments. So I've kind of already set up this in a couple different ways. So you will need for this, and I suggest watching this before you start. I don't suggest trying to craft with me watching this. I would suggest watching it first and then go ahead and put your craft together. All right, you will need a hot glue gun set at low temp. You do not want a hot temperature glue gun, only because you will burn your hands and it will hurt. You will need an extra glue stick, so be sure to have that. You will need tape, so just some invisible tape. You will need your Stampin' Seal, and you will need some type of cutting tool. So let me grab this. So you're going to need your paper trimmer, and you are going to need a scoring tool. If you don't have one of these, I suggest picking one up. They are really nice to have. So you could lay your paper on here and score, and I'm going to show you how to use that. But you can always use your paper trimmer for that as well. All right, so you definitely want to have your tutorial out, because I do walk you through step by step with pictures on how to do this. Okay, so you need to grab your 12 by 12 designer series paper right now. You are going to cut, now this was all one 12 by 12 sheet. You are going to cut a total of 8 strips. You are going to end up with 2 of the 1 by 12s. You are going to have 4 of the, what are the sizes here? 4 of the, where did I write my sizes? You need 4 of the 1 1/4 by 8. That's these. And then you need 2 of the 1 1/2 by 10. Okay? So once you have these strips, you are going to grab some tape. Okay? And what you're going to want to do, you're not going to do anything with these first 2. You are going to take these strips, these 4 strips, all right, and you are going to tape them together. So you're going to take 2 of the 4, just like this. Whoop. Put your tape on there. All right. You're going to want to make sure you tape it really well so that you end up with one long strip. Okay, so you have your 1 by 12s, you're keeping those. You're going to take your 1 1/4 by 8, you're taping 2 of them together, and then you're going to tape another 2 together. Okay, then you have your 2 1 1/2 by 10, and you're taping those 2 together as well. Okay, so you are going to end up with 1 big fat row, 2 medium-sized rows, and then you're going to end up with 2 of the smaller rows. So let me just move this down. This is what it's going to look like when you are done. Okay, these are taped. These 2 are not because they're the 12 inches. You're taping those, and then you're taping that. So this is what you're gonna end up with right now. Okay, so next we are I'm going to move these out of the way, and I'm going to show you what we're going to be doing next. So you are going to want to pull out your tool that you're going to be doing your scoring. Okay, so you want to grab one of your strips, and you're going to do this for each of the strips. Okay, you are going to score at each half mark, okay, at each ½ inch. So you have that here, and you're just going to score a half, just like that. And you're going to go to the next ½ inch, and you're going to go to the next ½ inch, and you're going to do that all the way down, okay? So every ½ inch you're going to do a score. Now I'm not going to do this for all the pieces right now. I have already gone ahead and I've done them ahead of time, okay? So then once you have that, here, we'll at least do this one sheet here, because you all know how to score, and you don't need to watch me do this. You get the idea. Okay, so then what you're going to do is once you have it scored, you're going to take each piece and fold it on the half. Okay? Doesn't have to be perfect, but you're going to fold it just like that at the ½ inch. Okay? So you're going to do that for all 5 strips. It's going to go all the way to the end, okay? So then what you will end up having are a bunch of these accordion pieces, okay? So you are going to have, and I only have a few of them here because I've already done the next step. So you have your small ones, this is your middle one, so then you're going to have 2 of the other strips already done. So you're going to end up with 5 total strips, okay? So once you have all your strips finished, and you have this accordion like this, what you are going to do is you're going to take an end of one, you're going to put seal on the last 2 little folds, and you're going to put them together so that they make a circle. Okay, so you're just going to fit that right in here, just like that. Okay, see how that goes? So you're going to have 5 circles. So I'll put this one together, just like this. Do you want adhesive on 2 of the end pieces? Going to make your circle. Whoop. Make your circle. Put your pieces together, just like that. Make sure you press. Make sure they fold, and you're going to have some circles. Okay. When you are finished, you are going to have 5 circles. All right. So let's put this one here together. So this is why I'm saying watch this ahead of time, because there's no way to keep up with how I'm walking this through. Because you would be bored beyond belief if you watched me score all of this. Okay, so you're going to end up with 5 circles, all right? So what you're going to do is take your circle, and let me grab my little piece of scrap paper here. So now we are going to hot glue, okay? Be very, very, very careful. The glue is hot. You do want to grab something that's heavy, okay, that you can put to use as a third hand, okay? I'm going to tell you that right now. You are going to need something that you can use as a third hand. Okay, so you take your little circle, and what you're going to do is flip it in on itself. If I can flip it in, it goes pretty simple. So you're just going to make a big circle like this. All the pieces, there we go. So you're going to make like a little circle. So this is why you need something heavy so it doesn't move. So you're going to use your hands just like that. You're going to grab your hot glue gun. All right. So you're going to have like these little rosettes. You're going to grab and put just a little dot of glue. You want to make sure all the little points of the paper have glue on them. Okay, come on. It's got to stand up. Don't want to burn my table. And I would say just blowing on it to get it to cool. All right, so once that cools, you are going to flip it over. Takes a little bit of time. That's why you want to use like the low heat, and you don't want to use a whole lot. Otherwise, it's going to take forever to dry. Blowing helps. So then you're going to flip it over, and you're going to do the same thing on this side. Okay. Just put a little hot glue in there. Smoosh it together. You want to try and lay it as flat on the table as you can, letting it dry. So you're going to make 5 of these rings, okay? Super easy. It takes time for it to cool, okay? This is something you want to make sure you have plenty of time while you're doing so it has time to cool, because you just can't let it go. You have to hold it until it actually cools, okay? So you have it glued on this side and this side. So we'll do one more. We'll do a bigger one. So you want to make sure that it folds in, and you can decide which color you want to show for your ornament after you have these all together. Okay, so this is a little bigger one. It's going to take a little longer to dry. Just a quick little shoop of glue, just like that. This is very helpful. You can use whatever it is that you have that has some weight. That's not going to like go all over the place. So you want to blow. It's going to take a little bit of time. So you don't want to do this when you're in a hurry. That's why I had gone ahead and I had done some of these ahead of time. Because otherwise we'd be here for a very long time waiting for all this to dry. Okay, so you get the idea. All right, we'll just let this dry, and then I'll show you the pieces that I have done already, and then we'll go on from there. Okay, so you get the gist, all right? So what you're going to end up with is, let me move this out of the way, because that did not hold together. You need a little more time for it to hold. All right, so what you're going to end up with then are 5 rosettes. Okay, so these 2 are from the smaller strips. So these 2 pieces were from the 1x12s. These 2 pieces were from the, this was from the 1.5 wide by 10 long, and these were glued together. So you have that. That's going to be the center. And then you have 2 of these. So these were from the 4 1.25 by 8s. So 2 strips for this rosette, 2 strips for this rosette. Okay, now we are going to put this together. You have to be patient. Okay, this is going to take a little bit of time to dry. So you're going to start with your big one. You're just going to put a little dab of glue because you don't want to remelt the glue you already have on there. You take the medium, put that right in the center, and you kind of want to look through and make sure that it looks nice, that it's centered, that it's in the middle, just like that. You got a little bit of time to move it around. Then what you're going to do is take one more little dab on the top. You just need a little bit, otherwise you're going to be waiting here forever to get it to cool down. Okay, so this is this part so far. Just want to hold that so it cools. Blowing on it helps. It helps speed up the cooling process. Okay, so this is where we're at for that. You're going to have all these little stringies everywhere. So then again, you want to kind of lift and make sure that you have even spacing for the most part. It's not going to be perfect. It's handmade. Just want to let that cool a little more. All right. So then what you're going to do is grab your piece here and your piece here. So you're going to put these two together. So this, you're going to put a little dab right on the top. Okay, hold that glue gun. Stay there. Come on. Stay there. And you're going to put that to the back here. Now you could heat up the glue that's already on there if you wanted your pieces a little closer together. So you could do that. Okay, so we have that. Now we are going to attach these two pieces together. Let's give this a little more time to cool. Okay, that's a little warbly. That's all right. So now you're going to take your hot glue again, right in the center. See, this is super simple. It just takes patience for the drying time. Okay, let that cool, and this is where we're at. We are letting this cool. Okay. Give your pieces enough time to cool. All right. So I'm going to move this on the side so that can have some cooling time. All right. So then what you are going to end up with is this. So all your pieces are going to be in there all together. Okay. Then what you're going to want to do is take a piece of your baker's twine or some linen thread. You're going to cut just enough for a loop. All right, you're going to cut that, and then you're simply going to put a little dab of glue, hot glue. So right here at the top, you're going to do that and tuck in your linen thread or your baker's twine. All right, I would suggest using the tip of your scissors. So you're going to put a dab of hot glue, lay down your baker's twine, take your scissors or some object that is not your finger, and you're just going to hold that linen thread down. Okay, you're going to hold that down, get a little closer so that you can see it, so that the glue will dry around that linen thread. So then that will give you your holder. Okay, then what you're going to do is you're going to take a piece of scrap white. I know you all still have some scrap white paper, and we are going to do a little sentiment, and you can do this if you want, you don't have to. I just thought it was kind of nice. And where did it go? Oh, it's right here where I put it where I wouldn't forget. So I'll move that. All right, I'm going to unplug this quick. All right, so you are going to grab whatever sentiment you would like. I need a black. We'll do "Oh Christmas Tree." So I'll talk you through the directions again once we're done with this. Christmas tree, you could do it whatever color you would like. And I don't know where my scissors disappeared to. Oh, where did they go? There they are. All right, then you're going to take your hot glue gun, put a little strip of hot glue right in the center. Then you're going to take that and put that right over your thread, right over your linen thread. Okay, I'm going to put it on the flip side here on this one. Just going to go right in the center, just like that. And we'll put that right attached. So you can do it twice, two labels. I'm going to glue them together so that you don't see an ugly backside. All right, so that will stay. You could also use your seal if you would like, but the hot glue, it's already here, it's already hot. So then you have this, and we're just going to trim this just a tad so it matches up with the other. Perfect. So we have "Oh Christmas Tree" on this side, "Oh Christmas Tree" on that side. You could add some bling. So here we have our ornament. So I had made one just like this. Now it will take longer than this video to make your ornaments. Okay. So let me just go over the directions again, just real quick so that you understand. So you are going to start out with your flat strips. You're going to have a total of 8 strips. Okay. You're going to have, let's see, 2. You're going to have 2 of the, and it's in your tutorial. So if you look here, the measurements, it shows you you're going to have 2 1x12s, 4 1 1/4 by 8, 2 1 1/2 by 10. Okay, once you have that, you are going to score each of the pieces every 1/2 inch. Okay, so once you have every 1/2 inch, you're going to tape some of these together. So you are going to take your pieces. The only pieces that you are not taping together are the 1x12s. Okay, those are simply just, you score them and you put them on the side. Everything else you are taping together. Okay, so you're going to have 5 total strips. Okay, so here's 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. So the 1x12s you do not tape together, you just score them at every 1/2 inch. The other ones you all tape together. You make sure you tape both sides, otherwise it will come apart. Score them at every 1/2 inch. Then you will end up with a bunch of accordion-like shapes. Okay? Then you take that and you glue them together to make your rosettes. Okay, so to make you're going to have 5 different rosettes. You're going to have 1 large one. You're going to have 2 that are a little smaller, and then you're going to have 2 very small ones. Once those set, then you are going to glue them together. I used hot glue because I felt it worked better. You do just need to be patient and allow time for the hot glue to dry. Okay? Then you're putting them together. You're stamping your sentiment. You're putting it around the baker's twine that you had glued at the top, and you just sandwiched it with the sentiment on both sides. And there you have a beautiful ornament. So if by chance you do not have any full sheets of your designer series paper left, you could still just use strips of whatever paper you have and create those same lengths. All right, so that is our bonus project. I hope you enjoyed it. I hope you had fun putting it together, and I sincerely hope you did not burn yourself. Take your time while you're doing it, patience. And the trick is to have something heavy next to you to be your third hand. You need that extra hand because you're going to be using one hand with the hot glue gun. So, all right, so that is all I have for you lovelies. I really hope you enjoyed our October Christmas craft along. You do have an opportunity to get your own kit. I have all the information in the details of this video and all of the other videos. You have your choice of getting the full kit or just the tutorial. And don't forget, today is the last day for free shipping. So if there's any products that you wanted to order, I do have a link for you to shop with me. And if you do spend $50 with me, you will get the tutorial to make all our projects for free. If you do the $75, that's when your free shipping kicks in. Okay, so that is all I have for you lovelies. Thank you so much, and I will see you all here next week. God bless. Bye-bye.